Hi, I'm Shemika Renee, and I am a first-person historical performer, an actress, costumer, hair and makeup designer. The name of my show is Miss Story's Living History. So within an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, there is an intermission. I portray 7 women throughout history that is primarily right now focused on African American history, but it has the potential to expand beyond to world history as well. There's something about every woman that's in my show that I connect with. There is someone in the show who was in the military. I was in the Air Force. There's someone in the show who was a seamstress, and I'm a costumer. There is somebody in the show who was a mother, and I'm a mother. So I look for those moments, those parts of their lives that I can connect with. Sometimes it's based on the theme that the organization might be reaching out to me that they are participating in. I had a presentation at a school recently. They were focusing on jazz, and so I portrayed Valadia Snow. This project that I wanted to find somebody within Charles County or that was connected to Charles County that maybe people have heard about briefly or not even at all, and to really bring that person to the forefront of the story. I originally did Miss Story's Living History in 2019, then COVID hit. So when I decided to bring it back this year, I wanted to expand it and not just tell the same stories for the number of weeks that I was contracted. I wanted to have multiple chapters. Do a lot of internet research. I might start with a basic outline of their facts from Wikipedia, but then I will go into the resources that, the footnotes that are in Wikipedia and pull those sources. I've also been finding a lot of inspiration going into archive.org, finding a lot of the autobiographies or biographies of some of these women to get those anecdotes, to be able to read their words and to get the insight, especially for their childhood, and to get more in-depth experiences that they had that only they could write about, especially with the autobiographies. I'm not originally from Maryland, I'm from Louisiana, but I've lived in Southern Maryland for over 20 years. And stories that I grew up knowing about or learning about in history, and then finding myself living in the seat of some of those has been fascinating. And within my show, I will share that I portray Elizabeth Keckley, who was a seamstress for Mary Todd Lincoln. I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie. And when I was in the 3rd grade, we had to do book reports. And our teacher said, you're gonna have to get up in front of the class and report on what you read about. And so I asked my teacher, can I dress up like the person when we give our book reports? And she said, if you want to, yes. So I went home. My mother had a sewing machine. I told her, I want to be Laura Ingalls Wilder. I did it and got an A. And then when I became an adult after I'd been in the military and my oldest was in kindergarten, I told this teacher that I was interested in being a part of his schooling. She asked me how I wanted to be involved, and I said, I can dress up as any historical figure and tell their story. And she said, oh, that's a wonderful idea. I'll take you up on that. And I thought she would ask me to be Harriet Tubman or Rosa Parks, both of which I did eventually portray, but the first person she asked me to do was Johnny Appleseed. Career was born. And since then, I've done Rosa Parks, and I've done Coretta Scott King, and I've done Harriet Tubman. And one of the historical figures that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, story of Sally Hemings. And she will be in my show. I have a 1-weekend engagement at the Port Tobacco Players in La Plata. So that's ptplayers.org. And it will be April 12th through the 14th. 2024. So April 12th, Friday evening at 8 o'clock is chapter 1. April 13th, Saturday evening at 8 o'clock is chapter 2. And then the matinee, April 14th, Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. is chapter 3.